What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only Use Me Blood.
This is the BadKidCast, the audio cast that you listen to
while you game.
And this is available on iTunes, Android, and right here on YouTube. And this is episode 52.
This is the third episode of our new format. It is amazing. Part of that format, though, is that we incurred a lot of costs. So we actually have some sponsors tonight to take care of that.
Yes. So our first sponsor is Sleeky Sota, and he is an Australian gamer who is the host of Quad Feed Podcast. Interesting stuff there. Make sure you check him out. I did listen to some of his podcasts, and he has a guest called JX23.
JX23, not
JX23. I'm sorry. And that guy had a drum alert. He had his own drum alert.
A long time ago. Wow.
That's interesting. And that was uploaded 1 day ago. So I want to check out.
Look at the time. It says it's 2.5 hours. Going hard in the podcast paint.
I want to check his podcast out. Awesome. Make sure you guys check him out. All the links to all our sponsors are in the description. Our next sponsor comes from a guy known as Eskimo, although his YouTube channel is like XXINC. SION.
I thought the XXX thing was a COD thing. I didn't know that was an overall gamer thing.
Well, he brought that right into Minecraft fast. Well, you got to have gamer tags anywhere. But this guy has like awesome Minecraft videos. Already has 22,000 subscribers, and he showcases like different seeds and map reviews and stuff like that, and building tutorials.
22K subs. That's probably the largest sub channel we've promoted. That's awesome.
I think there was a bigger one, but anyhow, coming even close is the Brett Burns, 13K subs. This guy does tryhard kill cam reactions, Easter eggs, and even does some 360 Minecraft. So there's a lot of cool stuff to check out over at Brett's channel. Make sure you check that out. And then our last subscriber, now this is the kicker. What did you say was the biggest?
This gentleman has 23,000 subs.
Oh, beat him by 1,000.
Just by a little bit.
This is our last sponsor. His channel does cartoon conspiracy theories, along with real-life theories, and also COD, Battlefield, Halo, Grand Theft Auto, and even Pokemon gameplays on his channel.
What do you mean by conspiracy cartoon? What? I don't get that.
I'm just as interested as you all are. Make sure you check out all 4 of these sponsors. All their links are in the description.
I'm gonna go like halfway into the video just to play it for just a hot second.
All right, we're gonna play it for. We don't have the sound up.
Turn it on up.
Nobody in this entire series died in their sleep. It was all really fucked up. Angelica was schizophrenic and bipolar because she was a crack baby. Because why not? Or
make sure you check out the Sleeky Shooter.
Excellent
podcast,
drop
bro.
Of 4.
Check out the Eskimo. Check out the Brett Burns, and check out the K-Mac. All links to all their channels are in the description. You ready to start this fucking show?
Bam.
Guns for Hire coming up next. What's up? Only Use Me Blade.
Bam.
We have our guest here, Guns for Hire.
What's going on?
How's it going, man?
Pretty good. It's been a long time since I've done something like this. That's for sure.
You've been lost in the Minecraft world.
I know you're going to bring that up, too. I know you're... There are reasons for it. And
we're like drug addicts, and you've gone clean, but you still want to be social and hang out. And you're like, you can't hang anymore. Come on.
All he does is play with blocks and crazy things. He doesn't even swear. What's up with that guy?
Do you really not swear in your videos?
No, we generally. I think unless it's a slip of the tongue, we
try
never
to keep
use
it clean.
profanity in anything.
That's really good for like sponsorships and stuff like that. Like,
well, not only that, I think when you have
for revenue.
yeah, absolutely.
I think when you have a Minecraft fan base, you have younger kids than probably Call of Duty, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, and to be quite honest with you, we actually get a lot of messages from parents of kids, and they thank us for not swearing. They say it's so hard to find content, like Minecraft content, because...
I thought he said cunt tint.
It's not on my channel. I don't shit. But generally we don't, and they thank us for not doing it because they say, like all these other big Minecrafters, they're, dropping the F-bomb and they swear all the time. But I think maybe just as a father, it's not hard for me. It's not like I have to really try. I've got 3 young boys, and we don't
swear around them
in the house. Like we just don't do that. So
yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. I know. I don't know if I talked to you privately about this or if it was public, but I remember once you told me, and I hope you don't mind saying that you just you feel better doing Minecraft. Like you kind of dropped a lot of drama and controversy behind you when you switched over.
Yeah, it's complicated. I wish I had like a definitive answer as to why I did all the things I did. I think I needed to at the time. I think because when I co-owned NGT, the separation, it's almost like I wanted to remove myself from everything there, and that's kind of also what led to the downfall of the gun shop as well. It's like I felt it was too much of that. I don't know. It was a stupid thing. I made a lot of dumb mistakes, like closing the channel down. Like
I didn't even know that. Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
You closed the channel down?
It's completely gone. It's non-recoverable.
Oh. See, I have so many,
and I just went done. I'm like, I'm done with it. Get rid of it.
One of the inspirations for Drama Alert is Guns for Hire, because Guns for Hire would upload a rant video like once a week that everybody tuned into.
Hell yeah.
They would get angry. They would get mad.
Even if
I'm an opinionated guy, and it's not. I'm the first to say it. They're not the right opinions. They're just my opinions. But I'm very black and white. Like there's no. They're like, well, I understand your opinion. I'm like, I don't understand your opinion. You're an idiot.
But at that time, there wasn't too many people, and it's got worse since then. But at that time, there wasn't too many people just speaking their mind. You know,
Yeah.
That's when. Yeah, right when the Guns for Hire thing and doing those rants was coming on is when YouTube was taking almost like a turn and people were getting more commercialized. And you have this guy like clinging on to like the old YouTube, just going out there and saying, I don't like this guy, I don't like this, this is what's wrong with that. And it was refreshing. And it's gone.
There is some special camaraderie between the people that have been doing YouTube for a long time.
Yeah,
like people that had the whole "I did it before money" thing and the early days.
No, I always did it for money.
But like what I mean. Like I'm talking about like the COD 4 Modern Warfare 2 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there's just something there. Like I talk with that guy who camps almost all the time, and it's like this. It's like you're part of like this club, and you might not be like super close to everyone, but you have a similar wavelength that
before
you're on.
there was partnerships.
Both of you guys, I do feel like I know it's only been like a span, like total. I think this February will be 5 years for me, but it feels like a long time on YouTube, and that era was like as if all of us we were in the same high school together.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I look at the commentary.
High school, then all of a sudden, things changed on YouTube. A lot of things changed on YouTube in a very quick period of time, and suddenly I felt like, hey, we still know each other. When we see each other, we're like, hey, oh yeah, remember all that stuff? MW2, Crazy Gun Shop, blah blah blah, whatever the case may be. When you and I had our beef, and we were doing the drama, and we were beating on it. It's all crazy, and now it's all like. You're right. It feels very. Everyone's got their eye on the prize, and everyone knows what's at stake here, which is money.
Yeah.
And not that it wasn't before with me, but I didn't know the ins and outs of the system. All I knew is I put videos up, I put ads on it, and I was like, I came out of 13 years of corporation where saying the wrong thing could get you reprimanded, fired, or whatever. You'd end up a trip to HR. Like I worked with lawyers in law firms. You couldn't say anything, and all of a sudden I'm on YouTube, and I'm like, no one can tell me to shut up.
Yeah.
Braveheart, freedom.
As far as like the high school thing, I've always looked at it as the year that you come in for Call of Duty people. It's what Call of Duty you came in is the year that you started. So like, I've always felt like I was like the COD 4 era, and then.
Let me ask you guys a question. All right,
No.
I see new. Are you sure that's going to be your answer?
I said no. You can't ask me a question.
Oh well, I'm asking you anyways. Right. So. When I see new people on YouTube, sometimes I look at them and it's so foreign to me. It's just foreign. It's like something that I do because there's so many new people coming on, right?
Yeah.
I stumble on a channel that has 1 million subs and I'm just like,
never heard of
who
him.
is that? It's so weird to me.
Wait, I'm like, who is it? How did they have 1 million subs? Like back in the day when someone had 1 million subs, you knew who they were.
You knew who they were.
You
that
knew.
channel.
Yeah.
Now it's like there's so many. I think it was Meat Wagon. You know, my partner on You Always Win. He's like 100,000. 1 million sub channel now is the new 100,000. Like back then, when you hit 100,000, you were like, yeah, 100,000.
Right.
I made like, a few years ago. Now it's like 100,000 is like almost nothing.
Right.
Like it really isn't. I'm just like. I'm at 260 some odd thousand on there, and I feel like I'm still just scraping the bottom of the barrel. I'm like, man, I'm like nowhere. I'm nothing, and like I'm busting my balls.
When you put it in
day.
perspective, though, that's still 260,000 people out there that hit subscribe.
Yeah. I remember when Hutch hit 200,000 subs, and we were just like, I remember because we had like 30,000 subs at that time, and I remember thinking like, this dude just broke a record.
Yeah.
Like that's insane, 200,000. And now today, you're right. Like, what is that?
Look at PewDiePie. PewDiePie, that guy is
insane.
Like I'm just like, holy mackerel! Like
he played my game. We were filming this Bad Kid Cast episode. We're filming the audio, right? And all of a sudden, my Twitter just goes like the phone's going off. I'm looking at it. He played one of my games, and it was awesome. That's awesome.
The best exposure. You can't even. That's better than a TV on a major network because that.
Way better.
Contact, it's just a phenomenon. Like I look at that guy,
and this is what happened. It was the game was for sale on Indie City. When he uploaded the video, the whole website, and Indie City's kind of like a Steam, right?
Yeah.
The whole website went down because of too much traffic. It was shut down for like 15 minutes. They had to order like way more bandwidth or whatever it is to get it back up.
You know what? I wonder if, okay, let's say I was selling a product. Like, let's say a company came to me and was like, we want you to push a product or whatever, right? I'm almost tempted to get like some DDoSer people or some hackers and be like, listen, at 8:05 when I upload this video, I want you to shut that server down so that we can go to him and be like, dude, sorry, I shut your server down. Too much traffic.
Yeah. There's so many people.
I think they can look at it though and be like, this is a DDoS attack.
And plus, I just told it myself, so bring on the sponsors.
That's ruined.
Yeah, I got to bring this up though. I just something. The last time I did a podcast,
weren't you on PK
with Blade? It was, and I'm not here to stir up drama at all. I know you feed on it. It's
please bring it to me.
And
Give
just
me the drama.
Braise it, and it's just a delicious meal. But the last time I was on there with Blade, what happened was I don't even remember how the show ended. All I know is that my wife found me on the floor of my basement, and I woke up hungover. That's what I remember.
Okay, first off,
imagine
PK was like an abandoned house, right? Because I think that Woody and Kyle weren't there. Like Woody wasn't even there. It was Wings, me, Big Snacks, and Guns.
Okay.
And for whatever reason, we just were shooting the shit, and I remember I got pretty wasted.
You were shooting Jaeger or whatever you call it.
Oh, dude, when was this?
This was Black Ops 1 Zombie Ascension.
Oh God, this was a long time
Ascension
ago.
time. I remember because I think they used Ascension as the gameplay for the backdrop, and Big Snack sounded like he was in a phone booth. And I just remember that Neil and I both went like shot for shot. We both got pretty wasted. I don't really remember too much of that one.
I don't even remember anyone else. All I remember was I was on a show with you. That's all I remember is you and I talking, laughing, getting smashed, and then I woke up.
I'm becoming folklore.
Oh my God, is my webcam still on. I don't even know what's going
I'm becoming folklore when it comes to stuff like that, because when we did MLG Dallas,
Oh, wow.
yeah. See, the thing is, like, months after MLG Dallas, people would like be playing with me in like a random party. They're like, "What up, Blade? How's your mom?" And I'm like, "What? What are you talking about?" He's like, "Dude, we talked for like 3 hours at MLG Dallas." I'm like, "Fuck."
Bonded.
Yeah, we bonded.
Okay. Can I tell the story of what happened in the hotel at MLG Dallas?
It'll be news to me because I don't remember.
That's just by the way.
All right. So
This was March?
April?
Yeah, April, March. Something like
Oh, so not too long.
No,
ago.
it was March. It was March. March of this year. All right. I had a team. I had an MLG team called Thrust, and I took them to go compete in Dallas when they did a horrible job. But anyhow, we went there, and we partied with Hex, FaZe Temper, Grizz, just whoever goes to those events we were hanging with. And it was a great time. Like the first or second night we went out, we got hammered, right? And there was like a ride back to the hotel, and there was only one spot in the taxi, and it was like people from Twitch, right? So there was like a bunch of friends that we didn't know that were Twitch people, and they were trying to get in the taxi. Blade just goes in like a linebacker and just boom, blocks one dude and like dives into the van, right? So like
I'm in.
I didn't have time to be like, whoa, that's my friend, he's drunk or nothing. He was just gone, dude. It was almost like the mob came in and took somebody, right? And he gets like, he's in the van, he's gone. I go back to the hotel room, right? I fall asleep. I wake up, Blade's there. I'm like, oh, good, he got home. When we wake up, I'm talking to him right before breakfast, and he says, I think I might do a commentary about this. Why do people leave like a half-eaten steak like out in the hall and don't finish the full thing? And isn't that food okay to eat? And I'm like, so I'm thinking to myself, I'm like,
You had a midnight snack, my friend.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, no, that's fucked up. That's gross. I would never do that, right? So I'm downstairs, I'm having a smoke, and the guy from 360 Icons,
Now,
Ego.
first off, can I just defend this just a tiny bit, even though...
Let me finish the story first, and then you can defend what you want to defend, right? So I'm downstairs, I'm having a smoke break with this dude, Ego, from 360 Icons, right? And I'm talking to him, and he's like, so it was a pretty crazy night last night. I'm like, yeah, it was insane. He's like, how come you weren't with Blade? I'm like, well, I just went home and went to sleep. Like, Blade took off in a taxi. Why did you guys go with him to the strip club or wherever you guys were planning to go? He goes, no. He came back into our hotel room, and he had, like, a steak. And we're like, where'd you get the steak? And he said that somebody left it out in the hallway. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, what the fuck? And he's like, then he went back.
Stuff.
And then he went back and cleaned up all the fries that were on the tray. And I'm like, what?
They're still warm, man.
I
They're
was
still warm.
I was gonna try to defend it, but I think it's like river dancing in quicksand. Like, I'm not gonna get out of this. The only defense that I could come up with was that meals that you order in the hotel or whatever, like room service, are super expensive. That was probably a $50 meal that they ordered.
And upcoming next,
And you were
kids.
pissed off. You're like, you don't waste money like that.
Yeah, you
I'm
don't
eating
waste
it.
money. I'm frugal like that.
Upcoming next, kids are starving in Africa. How dare you let this food go to waste?
You know what's fucked up though?
Humanitarian.
So we go to the strip club, right? And none of the females are like my type of females. Like I like exaggerated curves, big asses, big titties.
Like not picky ones. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, exactly. And so I wasn't really. It was just awkward. I wasn't really feeling it. So there was a blackjack table, and so
Nice.
I bought in for $50, and they gave me a bunch of chips. And it was loud. I could barely hear them. So I just basically.
This was at MLG Dallas?
Yes, this is MLG Dallas. So I'm sitting there and I'm playing blackjack, and I come up. I turned my sack of chips from I basically made 8 times what I started with. I was like, fuck yeah, let me cash out, please. And he's like, oh no, this is for entertainment purposes only. I'm like,
What?
yeah, they said it was for entertainment purposes only, that it was for atmosphere, as if you're in some swanky club. I'm like, there's a fucking day-old seafood buffet over there, and this is like a shitty strip club.
Wait, so you just lost your $50?
Yeah, it's just there for...
Did they advertise it? That's some shady crap right there.
That's, well, he tried to say that he told me in the beginning, but I didn't hear it because it was loud. But I'm like, you should have confirmed with me before I gave you the money.
Wait a
Held
minute.
up a sign.
That is insane. I've never heard this story before.
No.
You went and gave them money to play fake blackjack?
Yeah, I didn't know it was fake blackjack. I thought I'm good at blackjack. I used to make a living on it.
Like, this guy's an idiot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
50 bucks.
And you know what? Now I think back about it, like he's like, "You sure you don't just want 20?" And I'm like, "No, I'll do the 50. Make sure I have enough to ride the wave." He's like, "All right."
That's insane.
I'm a player.
Yeah. So
Note to everyone out there: do not gamble in Jesus, Texas, because it's not for real.
They can't do it.
all right. So on the previous episode of the BadKidCast, we had Fist on here,
Yeah.
and Fist
Nice.
is obviously he has opinions, and
We have 2 guests right in a row that have strong opinions.
which is good. I'd rather have strong opinions than yes men.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean.
No, I
And
completely agree with you guys.
yeah, well, that's what makes the show work is that Keem and I hardly ever agree on anything.
No,
so
we
that's
don't.
that's why it works that we counter each
Yeah.
other.
I
Anyway,
would never eat a steak that someone else left out. Never.
We disagree.
I'm not gonna like try to like defend that like that was like an honorable thing or that. Oh yeah, it totally makes sense. Like I'm not gonna try to defend that. That's obviously drunken wrongness.
If we weren't filming this podcast, he would defend it until he turned blue.
But
So Fist.
all right, so Fist was on, and a lot of people talked to me. They're like, there was times when he was talking about other YouTubers where I just kind of stayed quiet, and I was just like, I don't want this show to be something where we bash other YouTubers. I don't think it's good for business. I don't think it makes for a good show.
We don't do that here? That's not
Well,
what I'm
the
on
thing
for.
is I love to bash other YouTubers, and this is one of those things that we don't agree on.
Yeah, they love to talk about the YouTubers and how they're like what they're doing, and how they can do it differently, or why whatever they're doing is wrong, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the reason why I bring this up is because for whatever reason, you always seem to bring up Woody's gamer tag. You always seem to bring up Woody's gamer tag.
Because this
Yeah, that smile. That's an evil smile. You're
Yeah.
like,
this is not my saying. This is someone else's saying, but I believe it. Wolf in sheep's clothing.
Okay.
That's why.
Only reason why I'm bringing this up is because I try to never talk about YouTubers as much as I can, unless it's like something positive. But Woody did something today that had me dying, and I kind of want
Please tell me, because I want to know.
Okay.
Twitter or
No,
YouTube?
a YouTube thing. Okay,
all right.
He did a Mail Monday. I watched the whole Mail Monday.
What was this Mail Monday?
Here's
Monday?
the thing. I don't know
How to pre-cum?
Honestly, I didn't listen to any of it. I watched the video footage. Listen to this.
Okay.
It was Grand Theft Auto 5. It was online gameplay. Okay. It was like the very first mission after you do the race. So he's like level like nothing. Okay.
All right.
Real simple, real easy
He
mission.
plays that? That was on his podcast, like as gameplay in the background?
This was on his Mail Monday channel. This was a video.
I'm surprised that he even played Grand Theft Auto.
I thought all he plays is Minecraft. Isn't it?
He plays mostly Minecraft and Call of Duty, so that's why I was interested in clicking on it, right? This dude, when he plays Grand Theft Auto, he obeys the traffic laws and
What?
stops at the...
Please. This is a troll.
No, this isn't a troll. He honestly, the whole video is like a 10-minute video, and he got done in 10 minutes what you and I would do. Like, we would, like, zip in a Bugatti, like, get over there real quick. This dude was stuck in traffic in GTA at a full complete... I swear to God, if he could use turn signals, he would have used turn signals.
What?
He was... Seriously, I'm not even joking. And I don't know if it was
Okay.
like...
So he's
I got
playing
a
Grand...
confession.
What's up?
I did the exact same thing. Not on Grand Theft Auto 5. Just hear me out. It was on. I think it was San Andreas, and this wasn't too long ago. This was on the new channel. I was like, oh, I'll try a little bit of Grand Theft Auto. I think maybe it was even 4 or whatever. You know, when you take the girlfriend to the pier and stuff like that. I think that was 4, wasn't it?
I didn't play
I
4.
stopped at when the lights went red. I stopped at the lights. And people were saying the same thing, like, what are you doing?
I know you want to
You're
show it,
Grand
but
Theft Auto
please don't
5,
bring it up. I
stop.
feel like we'll get a copyright strike or something.
No, we'll be fine. Woody, I love you. I'm not. We're not even going to play the audio. But
I honestly, that dude's gonna file a copyright strike.
no, Woody, don't file a copyright strike. We're literally
We're gonna lose our channel.
No,
he
we're
don't.
not gonna lose.
I
the
did it.
channel.
I did the same thing.
Woody does not play like that. He shuts down videos all day long.
You're all nervous, eh?
Yeah, seriously, that guy like flags channels and copyrights and
This is the thrilling Grand Theft Auto 5 playthrough of Woody's Gamertag. Ooh, nice lane change.
He's so gonna send a copyright strike.
It's embedded. I can barely see what we're looking at.
Don't worry.
This is.
I'm obviously he's talking in the background, but he's stopped behind this car waiting. I don't know. I just think the shit was hilarious, and I don't know if Woody was trolling.
Rape, 2 girls, 1 problem. What?
That's like 2 girls, 1 cup. I think that's a play on that, right?
Yes.
So I'm not here to bash Woody. I just thought it's either he's genius or that's really how he plays Grand Theft Auto is by obeying the traffic laws. Like he doesn't want to get a wanted level or something. So I thought that was adorable.
So let Guns finish his story. He said that he was kind of doing the same thing
in San Andreas.
There is no story. That's just it. But my wife calls me a grandpa when we drive. When we go anywhere long distance, she's driving. I obey the speed limit, maybe.
Right,
dude.
I 10 over, but normally I've got 10 and 2. I'm nervous about cops. I'm like, was that a cop? Did that cop? Did he just get us? Is he following us? Yeah. I get flipping paranoid over that crap.
He is the same way. He is ridiculous, though. And I've said this before on the podcast, so I don't want to beat a dead horse. But this dude, here's the golden rule when you're driving a car. You go 5 miles over the speed limit because you're not getting a ticket no matter what. If it is 55 and you do a 60 past a bunch of cops,
they don't want to waste their time with you. They're not
you're not getting a ticket. You're not getting a ticket. You don't get a ticket until 10 after. Every cop will tell you that, right? So you keep it at 5 over and you leave it at that, right? This dude goes 5 under the speed limit.
I don't go 5 under.
Yes,
Cut
he
that
does.
Out.
Even you and Scott went on a road trip and Scott was bitching, right? That you were going too slow.
That's because we had to stay together.
He was going too slow. He was going too.
And plus, I drive big ass like cruiser cars, and Sky had me driving a fucking Ford Fiesta, zipping around the place.
He's a slow driver. I can't stand it.
The sense of speed was heightened in that small car, like a go-kart.
But the thing is when you play video games, right? You have better reaction skills in a vehicle because of video games. You should have better reaction skills than the average person. And that's been proven fact. That's not me bullshitting. That's scientifically proven. People that play video games can react faster.
I got a big ass car and I haven't touched the brakes in years. I mean, like I need to probably get those brakes checked. But and you said that before. You were like, yeah, with a lot of cars, if you like touch the brakes, it'll like slam down. It's like you have to like make reservations to stop in this car.
It's literally like a boat.
Yeah.
Nice. Those boats are, oh man, but when you hit a bump on those things, they bounce for like a half mile later. They're still bouncing.
Yeah, let's play a little game here. Can you guess what kind of vehicle he drives?
I'm going to assume some sort of truck.
I'm saying SUV.
I'm thinking like a 4-door, either like a 4-door Chevy truck.
That's and I've always seen Guns as a biker, but I'm going to go on a limb and say he doesn't have a bike.
But he's got family, so... He's probably got a 4-door,
well, you could have a
4-door truck.
You
That's
could have
what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking that he has an SUV and he should have a bike, but he doesn't like bikes.
And the answer is...
It's not that I don't like bikes. I'm actually getting my motorcycle license this spring. We're signed up for it. And I'm going to get a cruiser, you know, like a Sons of Anarchy type cruiser or whatever.
I don't like the Guns of
bikes.
Anarchy.
Yep, the Guns of Anarchy.
I do love those bikes.
Yeah.
I don't hate them at all. I'm not a big car person, never have been. I like SUVs. Don't have one.
Oh.
I drive. We have 2 cars.
All right.
And I barely drive at all. I never leave my house
like most of us. Yeah.
YouTubers.
We have a Pontiac Montana minivan.
Sounds about right. I don't know.
Should not have brought this up. The other car is we just got a brand new Hyundai, I don't know, Elantra.
What is that, car?
Hatchback, whatever, looks like a Mazda 3.
Oh,
now here's my take on this, okay? Now, besides like the warranty and stuff like that, couldn't you take the same money that you spent on that new basic car? I'm not trying to diss your car, but couldn't you get something that's like... Couldn't you get like something that's 5 years old and it's fucking badass?
You can't diss anyone's car. You drive something straight out of like a Biggie music video.
Okay, first off, this dude talks shit.
I know what you're saying, though. I know what you're saying. The used car, you get better value for it.
Yeah.
But to be quite honest with you, the reason why I spend money on new cars, why I like new cars, and why I get rid of my car as soon as it's done, like I'm done paying it off.
Yeah.
I hate having issues with cars. I loathe vehicles. I don't like them at all.
Yeah.
I mean, if I get a motorbike, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna nurture it. It's not
maintenance.
like something
Maintenance for me is putting gas in the car. You know what I mean?
I just put tires on my Hummer, and it literally took me, I don't know, 6 months to put the tires on. The tires were bald 6 months ago, like ice skates. And you're right. Putting maintenance on a vehicle is such a pain in the ass.
I hate it. We had an Acura.
You had an Acura?
We bought, like, this is one before I had kids. We just bought an entry-level Acura. We never had an issue with that thing for like 5-7 years. Not a single thing went wrong with that. And I was like, you know what, that's what I want. When I get in a car, I don't care if I have to pay more for it. I don't want issues with it. We get this Pontiac Montana, which will be the last, and I don't care if you guys are all like, we love supporting the United States and we bought a local, not those Japanese cars. Blah, blah, blah.
If there was a Japanese car that felt as comfortable as my Caddy, I'd buy that.
A lot of Ford and Chevy, I think, parts are made in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Well, our Acura is completely built in Canada.
Yeah.
Even though it's Acura owned by Honda, the entire thing, and it employs Canadians and et cetera. But I've had nothing but goddamn problems with that Montana thing. I hate that flipping thing.
Yeah.
I absolutely loathe that. And so when I got a Hyundai, I'm like, all right, I want like a 5-7 year warranty on that thing. I don't want to worry about it. I don't want to think about it. I look at cars and that's it. Like, I'd like to get a Beamer. Like, I considered, before we got this Hyundai, I was like, you know what, maybe I'll get a Beamer, maybe I'll get a Mercedes, or a Lexus. Those were the three that I was actually thinking about getting.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I don't even drive. I don't ever leave my house.
Yeah.
What is it in my stupid suburban neighborhood? What do I want one of those for? This is going to cost. My wife's going to look good in it. Maybe she's going to cheat on me. I don't know. Get it, but I just want something that's not. There's not a high maintenance. And
absolutely.
Even with Beamer, I was like, I don't hear like.
That's a high maintenance car.
Dependable. They're high up.
Yeah, the thing is with the parts, you get a car like that and then it's the parts. But my thing was, I always wanted to have a Chrysler Crossfire. I think it's the coolest looking car ever. And I always wanted to have a Hummer. And I think I went through, people our age, we went through the whole like Hummer coming on the scene and being like, wow. Do you remember when Hummers first came around? It was like, that's really happening? Like, that's a street legal vehicle? I got to get one of those. Yeah. So
Carrier on the road. Even I liked them too. Actually, at one point I wanted to get, I don't know why, but I wanted to get a Caddy Escalade with the blinged out rims and everything. I'm like, I'm getting one of those in black and I'm having it tripped out and blah, blah, blah. And of course I'm like, oh, we'll just get this Pontiac Montana. Close enough.
They have a really girly color. It's like pearl or something.
Pearlized, yeah.
Pearlized white. Oh my God, I love that color.
Yeah.
Champagne.
Yeah.
No, I probably told this a million times. Short story. I drove a girl home, and she had a '87. I think it was either Fleetwood or Coupe de Ville or something like that. And driving that car, I was like, from that moment, I was like, I'm going to own Cadillacs for the rest of my life.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1,000,001.
Okay.
Yeah, but that was the turning point where you were just like, fuck it.
If you drive, and here's the thing. So Keem always makes fun of me for my car. We took a road trip to where'd we go again?
Okay,
Tennessee.
So
We took a road trip to Tennessee.
I love my Hummer. When you sit in it, it's got leather and everything. It's not really that comfortable, but I'm in a Hummer. I'm okay with it, right? When I sit into his car, it's like sitting on your fucking couch. Like it's ridiculous. The leg room's ridiculous. I get what he's saying, but at the end of the day, when you look at that fucking thing, it's like,
it's a beautiful fucking car. What are you talking about?
Jesus Christ, where'd that thing come from?
You get your lazy boy with an engine in front of it. You'd be happy with that. You'd be like, this is comfy.
That's pretty much what my car is.
Your car looks like something a gangster would ride in a 1990s movie.
Nice. Pimping it out.
Yeah, I mean...
It's 2013.
It's a 99, though.
It is amazing to sit into, but
yeah. See, he talked all that shit, but when we went to wherever the fuck we
went to Kentucky.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
When we went to Tennessee, he was like, I know I give you a lot of shit, but this is really nice to drive this
I just
to
fell
Tennessee.
asleep. I didn't even realize it. It just lulled me to bed.
That was, we actually did the very first audio cast on this channel in the car. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Gun, I don't know if you know this, Guns, but like we call this podcast mode, where for whatever reason, whenever we get in my car or even his car, more so in my car, but like whenever we get in the car, we end up having epic conversations.
Yeah.
And we're like, and literally we're like, we're going to do the podcast tonight. Let's go to the store and grab some drinks and come back. The trip to the store and back was way more epic than anything we talked in the podcast.
It's amazing.
Why don't you record it?
We did.
We have before.
We did, yeah.
It's so weird. There's this magical moment when two people get in a car, right, where the conversation is just amazing. You know what I mean? We'll literally be standing outside or whatever, getting ready to go. Hey, how's it going? Like fucking 1-word, 2-word answers. Get in the car and it's like this conversation, just bam. I don't know what it is, but he brought it up one time and I didn't notice it until you brought it up like, I don't know, a year ago. And now every time we get in a car, it's just insane how real that really is.
Yeah, we actually set up the tripod in there with a nice quality mic and did a podcast on the way to, I can't believe I forgot it again.
But there's
Tennessee.
no way we could do a setup like this in the car.
No
What,
way.
are we going to bring a
That'd be-
generator, put it in the back?
Yeah. Whenever I see people do car vlogs, like they're driving or whatever, and they're in traffic and they do this, I'm like, how do you do that? Like,
Why don't you set up a GoPro? That's what I got in my car, like in the corner, just facing in.
That would be cool.
But GoPro, but don't worry about the audio. Like, I mean, I'm not talking about in the waterproof casing. You get good visual. You'll get both of your faces in there easy, and then bring a good separate audio recorder.
Yeah, we have this Zoom mic, which is actually recording the audio now.
Yeah, like one of those. Exactly.
H4, and that would work. We could do something like that.
I just
in the future.
noticed, I remember at the beginning of the podcast, you said that you try not to swear, but in the upper right-hand corner of your thing, it says, I don't give a shit.
Amazingly enough, I don't give a shit. And the one below it, it says to read out loud. You can't actually, I don't know if you can actually see that.
I'm so fucking stupid. Yeah.
You read it.
Well,
everyone
that's
knows
not
that.
on my. That's not actually on the You Always Win channel. It's on the Life with Niels, which is a channel that's on the back burner.
Is there any... Okay, so you got this persona in the Minecraft community that you've built up. And I don't know, I shouldn't really call it a persona. It's just who you are.
It's a facet of who I am. It's not fully who I am, obviously.
Yeah.
Right, but it's who you are in Minecraft. I mean, I don't speak for myself. I speak for Blade. I speak for multiple other YouTubers.
He doesn't speak for me.
I speak for everybody watching this podcast right now.
Yeah.
We want Guns for Hire rants back. Is there any way that you can make a separate channel? Just we want to hear you go off, because I've not all the time do I agree with you, but the thing that's impressive is how well thought out and how detailed you go into it. You're not just out there calling someone names. A lot of times we see, criticism where like, oh, that person's an asshole, blah, blah, blah.
My favorite thing that you've ever done was the commentary, and you made the comparison of YouTube as a coliseum and Hutch and Nanners were in the top row.
Oh, yeah, and that caused a huge
I thought that was like one of the best things ever.
Is because I struck a chord.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
They
Yeah.
got so angry because I'm not saying that everything I said was correct, but there must have been some sort of value or validity to what I was saying to cause him to make him have to defend himself. Because if I was just talking fluff, why even defend against something that's just so ridiculous? Like, it doesn't matter.
If you guys don't remember, and if you're new to YouTube, Nanners and Hutch worked at Machinima, and they were like the face of Respawn, really.
Guys, that's just not right. That's the way I looked at it. It was like,
and there was a lot of drama going on at this time. There was a lot of giveaways and a lot of different stuff that was going on in the community. And basically what was happening is people were kind of looking at Hutch and Nanners as the voice of what's right and what's wrong in the community, and they were playing that part. They were villainizing making money on YouTube.
Well, the thing is that at the time when they were at Machinima, they were salary, i.e., they made X amount of dollars per year, And
Yeah.
and their video views that they had on their channel, they had ads on them, but that was part of Machinima, and they could have 7 million views a month, they could have 3 views a month.
They
It wouldn't have
literally
mattered.
lost money by working for Machinima.
Yeah. That's I never even understood that. I'm like, why would you go to salary, especially scene nanners? I mean, knowing what I know now, he would have made triple what anything that Machinima would have paid.
So
him.
Hutch triple, probably quadruple, but Hutch and CNanners were in a position where they were salary and they weren't making a lot of money, and they were telling other people to not focus on money because everyone else was making money. And it almost like if you were a YouTuber, right, you could see it as jealousy almost. And basically he was making a point that, look, you guys can't, just up there, you guys can't be the dictators of this community. It's not fair.
You're there to promote people in the network. You work for the network. You're not there to shake your fingers at them and censor everyone and say, oh, you really shouldn't do that. They don't need a mama and a papa in there. And that's kind of like, it looked like they were trying to be the father figures and holier than thou kind of attitude, which really pissed me off at the time.
This is what I wish would happen, all right? I wish that Mr. Sark, right, and Hutch would get together and make a community channel, all right?
Yeah.
They're still under partnership with Machinima, but they had all these ground rules, and I felt like they were kind of governed a lot by Machinima and restricted by Machinima. I think it would be great for those two to get together and have a community channel and upload who they want to upload and do kind of.
Well, why can't they just do that on their own channel?
That's what I'm saying.
It won't work anymore. Hutch, and I'm not here to bash or anything like that, but Hutch, in terms of what he started with, what the community liked, to me, it looks like Hutch has lost his way.
He's following CNanners and he's
now
following
about chess. He's slowly getting back into it, but there was this period, like a long period, where I was like, Hutch, what are you doing? Like, I don't know if some people will say the same with me, but
yeah,
it was like,
what are you doing, Guns?
Well, I've got an answer, because you did ask, and I'm going to be honest with you, and I'll answer that in a minute. But it seems like Hutch lost his way. It's like he was like talking to I was watching some of his videos. I'm like, dude, like I like intellectual content as well, but you're boring the crap out of me. It was always like, it wasn't about gaming anymore. It's like philosophies of life and everything. I'm like, that's not why 95% of the people subscribe to your channel. They did not subscribe to hear you talk about philosophies of life and how you feel about it. They want to see your Halo montages. They want to see you gaming. They want to see you having fun with these other gamers, because that's how you're known.
Yeah.
With me, I'm going to be honest with you. I want to do them. If you read some of my tweets, I lash out, and it makes Meatwagon, my new co-owner of the channel, it makes him nervous. And the reason being is that's who I am. I'm a very controversial black and white person. Even though I'm not doing those kind of videos anymore, it's who I am. And or else I wouldn't have been able to do them so frequently. But the way that You Always Win is set up, the way that I've established now, the way I'm dependent on it to pay the bills, and keep my family going. And although it's only one facade of me, like it's that, hey, you know what? I want to watch comedies. I want to laugh. I don't want to always be the serious guy. I want to have fun in life, just like you guys do. But that it's so focused on that if I started up a channel like the Gun Shop again, the contrast, the juxtaposition of both of them, one's going to hurt the other.
Yeah.
Like if I do
wear a
like
mask,
Shop,
dude.
It's going to be be like, wow, look, he's all fun, but look, he's such an asshole. Like, I like this stuff. It's such a.
We got to put a mask on him.
So on my
put a mask on him, change his voice.
On my old iPhone, out of the Twitter app, and literally it auto saved every draft of a tweet I would ever make, and I would have about 90 to 150 tweets a week that never got sent out.
I'm so mad that you people have filters. Like literally, whatever pops in my head goes.
You don't understand though, man. Like sometimes when I read that shit, I'm like, that's fucked up.
I like to know people's fucked up thoughts.
I'm almost thinking about making a second Twitter of my fucked up thoughts and just not even like claiming fame to it. Be like a ghostwriter to it.
Blades fucked up thoughts.
But that's what he said. That's what he's saying though. You can't do that and like connect it with your like. I can't like promote my fucked up thought Twitter because then people are going to be that. No, that's me.
Okay, so
I want to listen. Kima, I mean, I want to make those videos. I want to lash out. Believe me, there is so much going on of everything in the gaming, the community. I look at stuff like this, and whether it's right or wrong, my opinions are so strong, and I filter so much of the damn stuff. It annoys me. It's like I have to write some tweets, and then I just have to stop, and I'm like, okay, I can't send that because that's gonna cause a crap storm. Sometimes they slip out because I don't think, and I just do it. I have started doing news videos again, though. I'm getting them in there so that people are aware that I'm doing them, and I only started 2 weeks ago. I've got 30 news videos over 2 weeks.
The thing is people love Drama Alert. They love Drama Alert. All right. And what is the first word in Drama Alert? It's drama. And dramas win Oscars.
So do comedies.
Bam! We're going to take a break here with Guns for Hire and Only Use Me Blade, and we're going to be right back after this.
How long have you been sitting on dramas win fucking Oscars? How long have you been waiting to use that?
All right, and we are back. We're here with Only Use Me Blade, Guns for Hired. So I went and looked at the first half of the show, and apparently, like, this screen was glaring so much that Guns for Hire looked like a ghost. So
you don't want to see me anyway. I was just saying, like, I think I'm a little bit chubby in the face. It's probably a good thing.
It's kind of ruins.
Look at these two fine-looking gentlemen.
So we turned on the glare. Hopefully that fixed it.
Bam. So I did the same thing that Keem always says that he gets mad at me for, but we end up having epic conversations when it's not on the podcast, and he wants to share with people.
Yeah.
You were about to spill gold off camera.
No, me or you?
I was just talking. And
what story do I have?
Oh, no, I'm talking about the story about when we were playing with Dame.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so I'm a gamer, YouTuber. I keep my own hours, so I play GTA 5 because I'm, like, addicted to it. And it's like,
Guns, do you play GTA 5?
Not at all.
You need
not
to.
Dude, it's great. The online experience is awesome.
The Grand Theft.
I'm sure it is. Obviously, it wouldn't have done as well, and everyone's going crazy. But it's just not something that I play. I don't have an audience for it, and I just don't have time.
The thing is, I was never a huge GTA fan, but this game, I think, by far is the best one they ever put out, and I think it's probably the best game this year. But go ahead I'm famous for interrupting. Go ahead.
So Dame Drops, who is the gentleman that does the food reviews.
This is so funny.
He gets on early in the morning, right? So he gets on early in the morning, and I'm on late at night, so it overlaps, and we play for hours on end. And Dame has his friends list, like maybe 20 people that he plays with, and the other 80 spots are for viewers, for fans. So he adds about 80 people on, plays with them when they can, then deletes them, and then adds more people. Pretty cool concept. I like it. And so a lot of work, but he wants to show his viewers, his fans support. If they want to play Xbox with him, they can. And so we're playing. It's me, Keem, a friend of ours, and Dame. We're playing GTA, and this kid joins the session.
So funny.
And as he joins the session, we're all talking, and he doesn't really say anything. And he feels like during a moment when we're all laughing and shooting the shit or whatever, to interject as if he's part of the group, which is totally fine. But he goes, by the way, Dame, last week, if you don't remember, you actually left and got off Xbox before saying goodbye to me.
Yeah, he said it like this. He's like, and by the way, Dame, last time we were playing, you got off Xbox Live. And you didn't even say goodbye to me. I mean, I just find it weird that you just got off.
He even said, he's like, I didn't know if your power went out, if you lost gold.
He really said that.
Yeah. But you didn't say goodbye to me when you left.
So my natural reaction is, there's a fucking troll in here. Someone's trolling us.
You
right?
thought he was just joking around, like, oh yeah.
I think he's trolling, right? So I keep like picking on him and bullying him a little bit, and I'm like, for the first statement I made, I was like, listen, I'm calling you out. You sound like a little child right now. How old are you? And he said that he was a grown man and everything. I'm like, grown men don't act like that. You don't go and, because I started laughing hysterically. We all
really
did,
hurt
right?
My feelings.
You don't act like that. And he comes up with, I have autism.
Yeah, he hits us with the sad "I have autism" story, and then so the thing is when he hits it with that, you can't play the "fuck you" troll mode. You have to just be like, you have to take it for what it's worth.
And I'm still just like, this motherfucker. I don't care if you have autism or not. Like, learn how to act, right? This is so I'm going in hard on him, right? Finally, I get to a point where I'm like, you know what? This dude really does have an issue. He's a social outcast. I'm sorry, right?
I think he was talking about possibly, like, he had suicidal thoughts because he got picked on at school and he has autism and all this crazy
Last
shit.
person you need to be speaking to is Keem.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, imagine Keem on the suicide hotline.
Just do it.
I made this big
Do it,
statement.
pussy.
I'm like, look, there's these people that go around in the world today, right? And the teachers are always nice to you, and you're not allowed to bully other kids. You're not allowed to pick on each other. And they live in this bubble, right? And then they go into the real world where fucking the real world ain't like that. Motherfuckers don't give a shit about you, and they're going to shit on you.
Assholes.
And if you're not prepared to defend yourself or let little stuff like that, like, not bother you, then you're going to be messed up.
The people that are doing that are doing a disservice to you.
Yes. So I was personally being mean to this dude, and I gave him that preach that I just preached to all of you guys. And I told him, I was like, look, you need to man up. You're sitting here crying because someone didn't say goodbye to you.
Yeah.
You need to man
a dude
up.
that doesn't know you, and with YouTube, it's a one-way relationship. Like, I might share some fucking deep shit that I don't even share with my best friends over YouTube, but I don't know if I'm talking to a viewer, I don't know what the viewer's going through. I just know what I'm going through, and it's a one-way relationship.
So I get to a point after preaching to this kid and after talking to him and joking on him and picking on him and yelling at him for a good long 10 minutes. I get to a point where I'm like, okay, this dude does have mental issues. So I apologize to him and I say, you really need to toughen up, right? This dude said something like, I love you so much, my heart is like a marshmallow.
It's like, I have a really big heart, and it's really soft. It's like a marshmallow. And as soon as he said that, I'm like, all right, okay, show's over.
And I'm like, fuck this, dude. I just lose it. Dame kicks him off the friends list. And I'm so mad because I'm like, we need, and this is horrible for me to think this way, right? This is horrible. I know this is wrong, but I'm going to say it anyways because this is how I felt. And I know I'm in the wrong.
Correctness inbound and T minus.
But I'm like, I need to get this social outcast retard on my podcast so we can all laugh at him. Because that is going to be pure entertainment. And I'm like trying to find him, and it was bad, but
I just thought it was funny because, like, I was in a mode where I don't want to, like, make fun of this kid, you know, but he kept on pressing the issue that Dame didn't say goodbye to him when he got offline.
it was Stalker 101.
And so I gave him 2 passes, and he kept on talking about it, and then I was just like, well, obviously, then he goes, it's not that serious, and I'm like, well, obviously it is that serious to you, dude. Like, you feel some type of way right now. Like, you felt the need to bring this shit up a week later. Like, what's wrong with you?
It's not settled with you.
Imagine if your wife came in and said, honey, we got to go. And you're like, hold up, I have to say goodbye to everyone in my Xbox party or my PlayStation party or whatever. Like, excuse me, honey, I got to deal with this. It's like, she'd be like, let's go.
This is the weird thing, right? I don't really see myself as a celebrity, right? And I'm sure Dame doesn't see himself as a celebrity. But when we hear about celebrities like getting stalked and stuff, we don't have any pity for them whatsoever. We're like, you got millions of dollars.
I mean, I do now.
You got all this fame. Like, no one cares about you, right? When I went to PAX, there was a creepy kid that followed me everywhere for 2 hours. And I told him, I signed his autograph, I took a picture with him, and he just started following me around.
See, Keem's hard. He's hard on his fans, bro. Like, I remember we were walking through the mall one time, and this kid was like, Keemstar, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, nice to meet you. You know, like, just keep it moving. And this is what the kid said.
Keep it moving. Keep it
going. and so the kid's like, no, Keem, you don't understand. You favorited one of my tweets last week. And he's like, I got a fucking...
incredible. Keep it moving.
Yeah, no, this is what Keem says. He's like, I got a favorite bot. Peace. I'm like, you could have just not said that and just let him feel special. But you had to make a point to let him know that, oh, I have a favorite bot. That doesn't mean shit.
I love my...
You and 1,000 others.
I love my fans, but a lot of times, and I sign the autographs and I take the pictures, and I appreciate you guys. Don't ever feel like you can't come up to me. but I feel like I need to be the Keemstar that you love. I need to be that asshole.
The worst part is like when people ask me to sign an autograph, only use me blade's way too long. My handwriting's horrible, so I write OUMB, and it looks like I just write dumb when I give it to people.
Like, what? What an asshole.
Yeah. Hey, here you go, dumb.
Well, one time we did a Guns for Hire. One time we did a fan meetup in the mall that's near our house here, and apparently you can't like film in there. We didn't know that.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Oh, yeah.
So we're sitting there signing autographs. There's like 50 kids there. We're meeting up with them all. The mall cops came in and like escorted us out. It was ridiculous. Then we did it out.
That on film?
Yeah, we got that on film. Then we went outside, right, and we were just talking to everybody outside of the mall. Then the state trooper came, or the Erie County Sheriff or whatever, came and like told us to get off the property. It was ridiculous.
We're like, by the end of it, we're in like a field, just far away from the mall.
We will reconvene in the cornfield across the street.
I just
Why don't
thought,
you do that? Why don't they just ask you? It's like, listen, we're just meeting some fans. We're not like, and this mall has this horrible politics and they're racist and we're bringing them down. It's like, just like we're on YouTube. We're just meeting some people. Like, I don't understand.
it
why
was
it's
the
an issue.
weirdest thing. We didn't understand it. We were like, what the hell?
Yeah.
But
I've got one question though. I know you're going to be pushing it here, but it is a serious question. It's something that, honestly, it's something that I struggle with every single day. You're bringing up everything. We're bringing up this, and we're the high school.
2
buddies
inches
here.
soft, 9 inches hard.
idiots. Idiot.
Okay, so I'm not worried about your dream or the stories you tell women, but what's the long-term game? Like, what's your game plan with YouTube? You know
Oh
what I mean?
my
Like,
God.
normal job. Like, listen, a normal job. You work until you're 60, 65, you've got your pension.
Yeah.
I don't ever want to go back to the corporate world. Never. I had a stroke and open heart surgery because of that. I love YouTube. And I still struggle to find my way, but like, what are your end goals? Like, what do you think? Do you even think that, or are you just riding it and going along? You got to have some game plan.
I don't know what his game plan is, but for me, like, I think I'm going to be in a movie next year. Like, I dream big, and I'm trying to do the impossible, like, every day. I don't know really what your end game is, but I've never really taken the time and said, okay, what am I going to be doing like next year, or how am I going to retire, or am I going to retire? I've always, I guess, seen myself as, well, when I was a boy, I wanted to be a clown. So I guess forever,
Mission accomplished.
forever, I
Mission
wanted to be somewhat of an entertainer.
Check that off.
And the beauty about entertainers is, there's people in their 90s still acting and performing or whatever. So,
Shatner, 82.
Eventually, I think I'll be in a wheelchair telling jokes or something. But I don't know. That's an interesting question.
You honestly don't think about it? Like, you don't get concerned? Like, maybe I'm...
I'm very concerned, but I haven't devised a plan yet.
I just keep on thinking I'm going to do something even bigger and better.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the same way. Like, I look at this as a gateway. I don't know where I'm going to go with it. I don't know if I try and create something, like you said, like movie, not necessarily being in a movie, but something bigger. Like, I don't know, like, does this lead to something bigger? Does it give us enough experience to do something in the entertainment business? I don't know, like consulting, or
I don't know if my disc changer idea doesn't pan out, I might be fucked.
I'm so confident.
Did you ever hear this idea? All right, imagine this. When you play console, right? You probably play like maybe 4 games at a time. Not at the same time.
Never gonna work.
But imagine if you had a disc changer for your console.
like a
Just
like
like
we used to have those 6 disc.
Yeah, like CD players.
or a carousel, either or. But basically, a disc changer for your console. I know it's probably not feasible now because everything is going towards downloadable content.
Yeah.
That's what I was just gonna say. You may be ramrodded by like what Steam's, this popularity of Steam.
Yeah.
The fact that PlayStation has said that their future of their console is not hardware; it's a service.
Yeah.
So just saying like, hey, it's all gonna be digital download.
Yeah.
I think
But
people.
it's good. You're trying though, Blade. You're trying.
I think people get worried when they make these rules up about themselves. I think people say, okay, look, I'm good at this, I'm not good at that, and they define themselves as a person, right?
Yeah.
I have never really defined myself, like what I can and what I can't do. I just think I can do everything.
There's a check mark by the clown part.
I just
did it.
I just think that I can do everything. You know what I mean? So when things change on YouTube, here's an example, right? I was known as a troll in Halo 3. That was my big claim to fame, right?
Yeah.
So Halo Reach comes out. It was a crappy game. I was able to adapt and do the Fortress Craft thing, then launch the Billionaires Challenge, do this podcast. I was able to do multiple different things without really disappearing from the community. And then this year I came back and started a channel in early April, and it has almost 70,000 subscribers. So I just feel like I can do anything, and I don't know. Blade, you kind of were kind of like stuck in this Call of Duty thing where you're doing commentaries. At one point, we were discussing on this podcast that you were the only real Call of Duty commentator left because everyone else is playing Minecraft, is playing other games, is doing
stupid Minecraft.
And people are doing these like tips and tricks and glitches and news updates
and stuff like that. Yeah.
And you're still doing this one thing, but the reality is you can do multiple things. You're doing Grand Theft Auto videos. You're doing this podcast right now, and I think I think we have all the ability as entertainers to adapt to anything.
Preach.
Well, it's good because honestly, like, it's something that keeps me up at night. Like I just don't know. It's like I'm constantly working. I just don't know what I'm working towards. It's like, I've got to blow it up. Right now, if everything was just the way it is, I'd be fine. I make, a good living. My wife quit her job. Like, I'm able to do that and everything is good. Like, I'm not stressing. I never get behind on bills. I can travel and take my family on a vacation every year, but I'm still stressed about the future. Like, I've got to aim for 65. I don't have my investments done. And I'm just like, I don't know if I'm missing this amazing opportunity. Like, I'm not enjoying it enough. Because it is a unique opportunity to do what we do.
I think at first, when I first started, I thought, man, my life is so interesting because it's in like these 4-year intervals and awesome chapters, like just different things, different professions that I've had. That when you look back at it, I think it'd be a really cool story. I am waiting for my Coke phase. So here's the thing. I know this sounds fucked up, and a lot of people are going to think this is messed up. But like,
most people,
every movie that I ever see, where it's like a movie about, like the movie Blow, or Goodfellas, or any type of movie where it looks over a long period of time, not just like a 1 year or one summer of a relationship, or whatever.
Good ones.
Yeah, the really good ones that, like the 3-hour movies that showcase someone from when they're a teenager to when they're an adult to when they're old or whatever. There's always those Coke years. And I'm wondering when my Coke years are. Because, like, first off, I kind of cut back on the drinking just because, when I drink a lot, and it's not a good thing.
It's so funny when he says he cut back on the drinking.
Well, because I hit him with all these
I
hit him with all these alcohol things.
Okay. Every time this motherfucker goes out and gets wasted, right? Well, I'll be talking to him, and he'll sit there and he'll try his hardest to convince me that either one, he's not an alcoholic, or two,
I'm an alcohol abuser, by the way,
or two, that he's done with alcohol, right? And it's like he said this spiel so many times to friends, but Keemstar just says what Keemstar thinks, and I'm just like, you're fucking lying, bro. Like, you're an alcoholic.
I'm not an alcoholic. I'm an alcohol abuser.
You quit today because you have a hangover. Tomorrow you're going to the bar and you're tearing it up. Dude, he comes to me this one. I got to tell this story, right?
Go for it.
He comes to me.
But go for it.
Every day he's got a different reason why he's accomplished alcoholism, right? He's like, dude, I figured it out, dude. This is
got it.
This is how I don't get wasted.
Mark.
I'm gonna drive. I've been having Scott take me and be my DD, right? I know it's good to have a DD when you're drinking and driving, but this is what I figured out. I'm going to drive myself to the bar so I can't get wasted because I know I got to drive myself home. And I'm like laughing at him.
I know that sounds fucked up.
Taxi.
I know that sounds fucked up. But honest to God, if I drive to the bar and have drinks, I know I have to go at a snail's pace and I can't get too fucked up. Because I'm not gonna get in the car
Blade,
if I'm wasted.
it doesn't matter how wasted I am or you are. If you have to drive home, you're going to drive home and you're going to get... Listen, here's the thing with drunk driving, right? Drunk driving...
Bad. This is so bad.
This is the honest to God truth. All right.
And this is fucked up because I actually believe this.
This
so
is
go
true.
ahead.
This is true. With drunk driving, the reason why drunk driving it is banned and it's illegal is because some motherfuckers out there cannot drive drunk. But there's a big, large portion of the community that drive drunk all the time that have no problem with it. And this is why. When I drink and I have to drive, I get into the car and I say, hey, look, I'm driving. I can't get in trouble. I got to get home. So I'm focusing on the road more than I've ever focused driving when I'm sober.
Yeah.
You know? And you get home safe. It's something that you just do, right? Then there's some motherfuckers out there that shouldn't be behind the wheel.
They
so
just
now,
don't care.
right?
But you value it. You're like, I know I shouldn't be doing
It's
this.
sobering.
I've seen him waste it.
I concentrate so much.
I've seen him waste it, and I've seen him drive, and he's just like, gotta get home safe, and he just sobers up. Fucking wasted.
Super comfy lazy boy.
He's fucking gone tackling bitches on the dance floors, like getting in trouble in the bar, gets in his car, he instantly sobers up and drives home safe. It's just something that a lot of people do.
saw an awesome Facebook thing. This person said, dude, you were fucking wasted last night. He's like, really, what happened? He's like, well, you walked across the dance floor to get another drink and you accidentally won the dance contest.
Woo!
But no, but I know this sounds fucked up or whatever, but like honestly, if I'm driving, I know I can't get too drunk. So it's like a thing in me. But when I have someone else drive and I know that I'm going to get home safe, I just say fucking start throwing them back.
Speaking about drinking, this is something I want to ask Guns. This happened a long time ago, and I want to know about it, and I never got a chance to ask you. How was the trip to Ireland? Didn't you go to Ireland?
Dude, that trip. This is why, and it hurts me to think about the gun shop in that regard, because so many awesome things in my life came about because of what I did on there. I got invited. All I did, and I had no intentions of it, I promoted on our local radio here. My wife came home. She said, oh, you got to listen to this new rock band they just promoted. It's a really good song. You know, I'm a big fan. I like modern music too, but I love Led Zeppelin, you know, Jimi Hendrix. I just love music and rock and roll. She came home, she's like, you got to listen to it. So I listened to it. I'm like, man, yeah, I really like it. It's a nice raw sound. There's 3 dudes in it. So I did a gun shop, and all I did was shout them out. The record company heard it, said, oh, you know, thank you so much for doing that. Any promotion is good. They invited us out there to stay and interview the rock band and hang out with these guys.
See, I didn't even know that part of the story.
That's awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it was so amazing. We were in Dublin, Ireland for like a number of days. I met up with, you know, with fans. I met up with other YouTubers, Sideshow, who's a good singer. I don't know if you know him, like he's an Irish. He always makes up his own little songs. Talented little bugger, and he's always happy, I think because he's always drunk. But and this record company, they picked us up. We stayed at their house, which like was a house in just outside of Dublin, where Mel Gibson and all these other stars stayed. Like he owns the house there. I was like,
no shit.
crap, like this is surreal for me. We were flown around in a private helicopter
Awesome.
by a friend of theirs that is like one of the richest dudes in all of Ireland, and he was so friendly. He's like, oh yeah, I own some. You know, we flew in a helicopter to this golf course. We flew and we saw all his Ferraris and his Model Ts, and he's like, but he was very humble. Like he was like, oh yeah, I like cars and stuff, and I'm like, yeah, no doubt, dude. Like this is freaking insane. His house. He's like, oh well, we play polo with the royal family and stuff, and he had like pictures of him with Charles and all those other. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I'm way out of my element here. I'm a YouTuber. It was awesome though, but the plane ride home sucked balls because I was so hungover.
Oh, I don't do that. I don't do that anymore. Here's a drinking tip.
Drunk.
Don't.
I was still drunk.
Don't. Do not like
God.
if you have to fly the next day. Don't drink that night before. At one of the Billionaires challenges, I woke up and like I had to be basically I had to just throw my stuff in a bag. I was still wasted and go straight to the airport. And on the way to the airport, I drank 3 huge things of Gatorade. And flying with a bad hangover is like the worst experience ever.
It was nasty. They didn't have any barf bags. I had like a full black like garbage bag that you would put in the industrial cans in front of me, and I was like, this freaking plane ride sucks.
Yeah.
From Dublin over here.
I almost wish that I didn't know Elkie David so well when we did the Billionaires Challenge, because I didn't. I'm hearing the story and I'm hearing how like his eyes got big and how he was like, holy shit. I never got that, even though we were at a billionaire's house. Like I knew him from online so much that it just seemed like, I know this guy, and I wasn't surprised by anything.
Yeah, I mean, but Alki just is his money is so good. He's just clowning with it. Like,
yeah, he
had
around.
like that ridiculous, like the polo statue. He had like literally a 10-foot tall polo statue made out of like platinum. Like it was ridiculous. Like I took a picture next to it. Alki fucked around.
How many times did you guys do that? Did you guys more than once?
There was
two
the
and
first
a half.
one was the most controversial one. I know that everyone's like,
well, it was the first one, and then
the second one,
the draft for the second one.
The draft
was
for
the
controversial
part. Was the controversial part. But like at the second one, here's the thing. So when I went to the second one, there was this big controversy because all these people dropped out. All these people were like, I can't associate with Alki David, and all this stuff. And I'm thinking like, I get to go to California and kick it. I'm doing it.
Elkie made a video. All the people that he dropped out, he wrote their name on toilet paper and wiped his ass with it.
So I know. Here's the thing. I felt like I was a liaison between Alki David and the community because it was like me, I think X-Jaws and Keem, right? And we were explaining to him like, you don't understand. Our community is very sensitive when it comes to stuff like this. When you say that you're gonna film a dude like a euthanasia assisted suicide,
I remember that. Yep.
They didn't take too kindly to it. So all you got to do is just make a video saying that you're sorry, be sincere about it, and then we'll go from there, and everything will be cool, right? And so this dude's like, okay, fine, I'll make that video. He makes the video, but it's him, and he's like, I just want to say I'm sorry, and he reads off all these names of the people that like dropped out on toilet paper, and then he wiped his ass with it. And I'm like, no, what are you doing?
Just, the thing is
gasoline on the fire.
It was the weirdest thing because you had these commentators, right, trying to calm down and control a billionaire troll. This motherfucker does not care. He doesn't care if he burns everything.
$1 billion, of course you don't care. I wouldn't care.
This motherfucker didn't care at all. It was funny. We were at his house. He released like German Shepherds as like a joke, or no, Doberman Pinschers as a joke to like try to scare us or whatever. Like.
No,
he doesn't give a fuck.
So Sandy Ravage, right? I've probably told the story a million times, but Sandy Ravage, he didn't know he was going to be on camera. I'm like, they flew you out here from Jersey to California to play in this event. Yes, you're going to be on camera. Yes, they're going to film you. He's like, I don't do too well. I don't play well unless I have some drinks in me. So we ask Alki David, hey, can we get some drinks for Sandy and me? And he brings down some Heinekens. We're like, no, we're gonna need something else. Like, we're gonna need some harder shit. So while we're up in his like living room area, he has like 150-inch plasma. I didn't even know you can get that kind of thing. Yeah. I see the bar, like it's an actual bar in his house, and I'm like, can I play bartender for a minute? He's like, yeah, sure, go ahead, take whatever you want, you know. So Sandy and I basically attack his bar for like a good hour. Like we went missing. Like the show's going on, and we go missing. Oh my God. And we get fucking wasted. Like, wasted.
1,000,001.
And this dude finally gets a hold of me. He's like, dude, you're supposed to be playing right now. So, like, I, like, walk in, and I'm fucking drunk as shit. I'm like, I'm seeing double. I'm, like, really tore up, right? And this dude wants me to play against, like, Nate Shot and shit like that. I'm just like, I don't know, dude. So I sit down and end up, like, sitting down next to, like, these strippers.
This was the event where no one really knew who Nate Shot was. He was just, like, coming up. He played in the event and won everything because everyone there was drunk and high and fucked up. Like... Nate Shot comes in as a pro player to begin with, playing against like commentators that are wasted, and he won like. Elkie David's like $1,000 for this match, Nate Shot wins.
Yeah.
$2,000 for this match. $5,000 for this match.
Is he just throwing money? Like,
Yeah.
Is he just like, oh, I'm putting this money on there?
He was just throwing money out there, and these fucking idiots were wasting, just like, I'm not even gonna play.
That's pretty much how it was. I mean, it was bad because like somehow people they didn't like Alki David got into the lobby and were like noob tubing and shit like that.
They were trying to troll, but the thing is they made it better. See, I hate the fact that the Call of Duty community rejected Elky David, because Elky David could have done more for Call of Duty than probably anyone out there. Like, he could have put together a legit Call of Duty TV reality show for commentators. He could have put together a reality show for commentators, like Big Brother type thing that we were working on. I'm still working on it with him, still talking to him about it, but it would have happened. It would have happened already. It would have happened now, but because of the drama and stuff, it's just not really his focus right now.
He's just probably, if he's a billionaire and he saw that, he's like, come on, you guys are like taking yourselves way too seriously. I think maybe that's it. He's like, I don't even want to mess around with you guys.
He understands the internet well, and the reason why he did it is because he understands the power that we have and the numbers that we have. So I don't think it's that. I think it's more just Elky David's always trying to do a million different things at once, and he just had a baby, so I think he's just not focusing on it.
Hey, you got some sort of pound going on there? I know you guys are like... I heard like dogs. Is that me, or am I going crazy?
Yeah,
that's Keem's crazy as a dog.
I think there's actually someone here.
He's got like this...
I'll be right back.
He's got this old dog that reminds me of like an old timer in a prison that's been there for 50 years. And then he's got this little tiny dog. So, I don't know. They're cool dogs, but not really.
So right in the middle of the pod, he's like, I've got to go. There's pizza at the door. I'll be right back.
Well, he's just wondering, like, if they're barking, it means there's probably someone here. Well, what's the status there, buddy?
Nothing.
They're just barking, just celebrating life.
All right, so now all the comments were, well, this was professional.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, whatever. It's real. It's not scripted. What can you do?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was episode 52 of the BadKidCast. Fans, where can we find guns? Or fuck.
That's fine. No, that's fine. Let it flow. Neil, where
Guns for Hire. Where can the fans find you?
Well, right now, the only thing I'm doing videos for is You Always Win. There's going to be a lot of changes. So if you're not into Minecraft, I know a lot of you guys are like, I'm doing Gun Shop. I just started a show. It's called the Gun Shop Show. So you can actually, if you don't want to watch any gameplay videos, you can subscribe to the show, and it's called the Gun Shop. All news videos.
Is it a channel, or is it just a show on?
No, it's a show on the channel. I don't want to create a separate channel now. I want things focused on there. And then coming this fall, next week, Battlefield 4 and Call of Duty. This is the first time I've announced it. It's the first time I've announced officially. I'll tell you right now, I officially announced that the Gun Shop show that I'm doing news, this is the first time I've officially announced it, is actually right here. I didn't actually say anything, so I am doing the Gun Shop news again. So now you know, and
that's awesome.
I'm doing strategy videos again for Call of Duty. I'm going back to what I started on YouTube right in the very beginning. I love Minecraft.
Like Rush, like you talking about like search and destroy rush routes and stuff like that.
Exactly, search and destroy, defense and rush strategies for Call of Duty Ghosts, and I'm also going to be looking. It's the first time I'm going to be doing it for Battlefield 4 as well, mainly on the PC. So I'm excited. It's a lot of changes. I've done Minecraft for so long, and I'm like, I got to go back to my roots, and I'm dying to get news out there. I know you guys were teasing me, but
a lot of first of all Guns for Hire's links to his channel and stuff, and to the subscribe to that certain gun shop thing will be in the description. And the one thing about the roots, though, the reason why I created this new channel and started doing YouTube and like the gaming fashion again is when I went to PAX, dude, so many people came up to me and they were like, I love your FAG stuff. I love your FAG videos. And it was like, FAG was down for 18 months. And these people are coming up to me saying this. And it's like, that's what brought me back to making trolling videos earlier this year. Now I'm kind of doing it.
They remember it. It's something that they remember, and I get the same thing like with you. Saying that I was even being on the show, they're like, what's going on? Where's the gun shop? This is crap. I was like, oh my God, I know that was going to be drudged up. But
is the
it's
original? I'm not trying to stir up old stuff, but is the original video where you made?
Oh, he's stirring up shit.
Oh, shut up.
Oh no.
The original video that you made towards me about the whole fake nuke fiasco thing or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember that was put on the Next Gen website, and it was because I remember you used to put it on there, and then you'd put it on YouTube like a day later. Is that anywhere available or no?
I believe it's actually, you can find it because the gun shop originally started on the channel Next Gen Tactics before I made a separate channel for it.
Okay.
And that was one of the original ones where I had just a visual in the center and then
and then
side.
like
Okay,
stuff on the side. Yeah.
I gotta say this.
That's on Next Gen Tactics.
Next Gen Tactics. Okay.
I gotta say this, Guns. This is the thing that pisses me off. All right.
When do you ever not say it?
I'm mad at you, Guns, because you're like Hitler burning the books. You're like Hitler burning history when you deleted the gun shop because I want to go back and watch some of those videos. Is there some?
You know what? You can I know I got a lot of people and a lot of angry people from that. They actually said, I understand you didn't want to do them anymore, but why did you get rid of them? It's like they wanted to go back. I'm like, I didn't think that anyone wanted
Which
to
is
see
bullshit because I guarantee you if you could somehow look at the statistics just for that, it probably got 100 views a month for like 1,000 videos.
Isn't that the strangest fucking thing? How we can create content and think so little of it, and viewers can look at it and think so high of it. Isn't that the strangest fucking thing? How many times have you uploaded a video and think, well, this is just a bullshit video that you're a filler video or
like
whatever?
I betrayed them though. Like honestly, they act as if with me removing it and stopping it, they're like, "You let us down. You betrayed us. We followed you, and you don't do it anymore." It's
Actually,
like I let them into the desert and left them, and I'm like,
yeah.
So I say there's about
videos.
I say there's about 15 videos from back in the day when I first started watching videos that every once in a while I would go back and watch. I'm really pissed that Joe Handsome deleted all his videos, and so the only thing you have is just re-uploads. I'm thinking about just keep videoing a whole bunch of the classic videos in case they go. Like certain Blame Truth videos from his first day, certain XCal videos from his first day. XCal is this gameplay that I watch probably twice a year. You know what I mean?
If I didn't know you personally, Guns, I'd probably celebrity hate you. I'd be like, fuck that guy, deleting those videos.
He betrays. I made stupid mistakes. For me, even closing the channel was, I can admit, it was a stupid thing. It was me, whatever, at that time of day, I was like, this is what I need to do. I need to shut it down. I'm done with that.
But I also know how it feels to want a fresh start. I also know how that feels.
I'm opposite. I'd rather have the gold cross of YouTube accounts. You know what I mean? Like, I like having one channel that I've worked on for almost 5 years now.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap it up here. Make sure you subscribe to Guns for Hire, especially the gun shop thing. If enough people sub, I'm sure we can, harass them enough to give us some controversy like the old days.
More juicing it.
Definitely check out our sponsors that we talked about in the beginning of the show. And also, if you're looking to sponsor the show, email contacts, and also Vegas Jamie.
Vegas Jamie came back. She is amazing. She does amazing work for our sponsors, hooking people that need promotion up with the BadKidCast. Get a hold of Jamie. Her information and the email to get in contact with her is in the description. Love you guys. Please do a cheesy like this video because it's hilarious when you do it because you never say shit like that.
Well, guys, this video was completely 100% free. All it's going to cost you is a like.
BadKidCast.
Peace. Thanks, man.
Good show.